Dear students, let us begin with the third part of the lesson, in which we will discuss about India's concern over China's presence in the Indian Ocean. China's economic and military ties in the region would attempt to checkmate India in its own sphere of influence. India has the natural advantage of geography, as it is located at the heart of the northern Indian Ocean. It is economically and militarily the most powerful country in the Indian Ocean region and considers itself responsible for the maintenance of security in the region. However, India has often failed to take a comprehensive view of the Indian Ocean region and continues to lag behind China in terms of economic and diplomatic engagements with Indian Ocean countries. Although China currently is not a major military force in the Indian Ocean region, it is consistently involved in incremental building of relationship. As for India's role, India has been a pioneering force in the inception of both the Indian Ocean Rim Association and the Indian Ocean Naval Symposium, which are the two bodies for promoting mutual cooperation among Indian Ocean nations. The IORA is a multilateral body which was founded in 1997 and comprises of 23 member states and 10 dialogue partners. It aims at promoting peaceful economic, security and cultural cooperation among its member states. The Indian Ocean Naval Symposium is a voluntary collective of navies of the Indian Ocean countries that aspire to connect over maritime cooperation for resolving common issues afflicting the region. The IONS was inaugurated in 2008. However, the Indian Ocean region suffers from a lack of cohesion as bilateral and sub-regional divides exceed economic and cultural exchanges. There is an absence of a region-wide common or convergent perspective or narrative over political and security matters, despite a history of trade and cultural exchanges among countries lying along the ancient Silk Road. Indian Ocean countries have their divergences in terms of perceptions, beliefs, cultures and ideologies, and have limited their economic, trading and investment relationship. Apart from the IORA and the IONS, there are several other regional organizations serving particular objectives in the Indian Ocean region, such as the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, the Gulf Cooperation Council, the Bay of Bengal Initiative for multi-sectoral technical and economic cooperation, the Indian Ocean Commission, to name a few. However, each of these organizations suffers from a myopic perspective and is riddled with several disputes over political, security and economic matters that renders regional capacity building ineffective. Due to such a scenario, countries in the region have a preference for bilateralism over multilateralism in resolving mutual issues. India has failed to instill a feeling of oneness among the Indian Ocean region little states. In fact, India has been unable to drive even the SAARC in its regional capacity building efforts due to its persistent differences with Pakistan and the suspicions harbored by the other SAARC members of India's attitude as a regional hegemon. Similarly, BIMSTEC suffers from a lack of clear perspective and shortage of funds while containing issues under its umbrella. Most organizations often remain unable to hold regular meetings owing to misgivings and mistrust among member nations. The SAARC, for instance, failed to host a single summit after the 2016 terrorist attack on the Uri base camp in Kashmir that India alleged to have been conducted by terrorists supported from Pakistan. The group only reassembled in 2020 amid the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic to uphold regional collaboration for combating the virus. The BIMSTEC too suffers from severe inconsistency in meetings. Maritime security challenges such as maritime piracy and maritime terrorism are mostly around the key strategic choke points such as the Horn of Africa, the Strait of Hormuz and the Malacca Straits. a common perspective to address these challenges remain absent. Further, issues of illegal migration, trafficking of narcotics, weapons and people remain a major challenge that requires a common maritime law to address. The IONS, though the largest collective of regional navies, carries little potential except to showcase formal solidarity. The Milan exercise conducted by the Indian Navy too is more symbolic than substantive. Thus, India's limitation gives way to China's expansion in the region. However, India is trying to reach the countries with a commitment that Sagar, that is security and growth for all in the region. Let us summarize what we have discussed so far in this lesson. India, in order to maintain its dominant position in the Indian Ocean region, would need to counter Chinese presence. Further, the feelings of oneness and regional solidarity can foster only through resolving mutual issues in a spirit of collective harmony through arbitration by regional legal bodies that needs to be set up. Regional maritime information and intelligence collation centers at Madagascar and the Seychelles can be connected with India's Information Fusion Center for enhanced intelligence to redress maritime challenges such as piracy and other crimes at sea. Finally, India should harness both hard and soft power potential to create a more favorable and legitimate image of itself as a net security provider in the region to counter China's rise. India and China need to understand their role in maintaining peace, security and stability in Indian Ocean. Despite misperceptions and differences between the two countries, they have to understand and realize the importance of each other. Partnership between them is important for the peace and the stability of the Indian Ocean region. Both the countries should not think in terms of replacing each other in order to enhance their relations with other little countries, because most of them want cordial relations with both the countries. Knowing their convergence of interest, ties between them would certainly continue to grow. They need to have trust between each other. It is noteworthy to cite Wang Yi, Chinese foreign minister. The Chinese dragon and the Indian elephant must not fight each other, but dance with each other. If China and India are united, 1 plus 1 will not only include 2, but also 11. I hope you understood what we discussed about India's stand on Chinese presence in the Indian Ocean. We have concluded our lesson. Thank you.